Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
Exclusive. Sacked weatherman Paul Burt fired off a farewell missive to 7 network staff 2 days after he took an extraordinary parting shot at the TV station Live On Air. Burt, who worked at 7 for more than a decade and has spent 28 years on television, was dumped without warning amid a brutal round of redundancies. The 51-year-old's departure upset some loyal viewers who expressed their outrage on social media, and fans turned out with placards for one of Burt's last live crosses at Surfers Paradise Beach. Now Daily Mail Australia has obtained an email Burt sent to workmates following his last broadcast where he argued he had a track record of giving Queensland audiences the weather updates they deserved. "Hey everyone, never thought I'd be writing this email anytime soon, but here we go," Burt wrote on Monday afternoon. "First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone who I have worked directly with. You have all been incredibly awesome and do sensational jobs and deserve far more recognition than you get. Secondly, those who reached out to me after the news over the weekend and today to check in on me and pass on your kind words. Wow, it's been very humbling, so thank you." An insider at 7 has told Daily Mail Australia that Burt was let go because he was not popular with focus groups polled in the first quarter of this year. Paul Burt was sacked after extensive audience research across the Queensland market that identified he was one of the least liked presenters on air, with the dreaded switch-off factor, the source said. Networks spend a fortune on polling and focus groups to identify emerging talent and test long-serving presenters. The audience decides who reads the news. Burt rejected that research and said in his email that, "I'm just a guy who loved to tell the weather my way, no fancy BS, just fisho to fisho, Bodie to Bodie style, just as we deserve. Not overproduced, just giving the best up-to-date reports on coastal conditions to those in our local community, those we share the water with or pass on a jetty flicking a line with their kids, our audience." 7 West Media, which also owns the West Australian newspaper, is slashing 150 staff in a bloodbath which has claimed other big names including Brisbane newsreader Sharon Gadella. The network's Queensland operations manager Craig Dyer announced his immediate resignation in June after more than 20 years with 7. Others forced to depart the Brisbane studio at Mount Coot-tha were 2 cameramen, a news producer, and a long-serving technical employee. One of the cameramen was reportedly called back to the office while he was shooting an assignment and told his services were no longer needed. Burt, who was based on the Gold Coast but provided weather reports across Queensland, referred to Gadella, Dyer, and other departing staff in his email. "What I did for the past 28 years I loved," he wrote. "Delivering information regarding the field I loved and lucky enough to share the screen with some of the biggest names on TV and form friendships with them and the dedicated, experienced hard-working people behind the scenes. Thank you for that. We have moved into a digital era. I would have been proud to have been involved in this digital change, but unfortunately that's not the case nor a choice I had. I love the network and like our viewers loved the 7 way. When you get staunch Chapter 7 people, moved on. Kind of says something in my world." His sign-off read, "On that note, see you on the water one day, and to those who want to, let's stay in touch. Buddy." Burt finished his last weather segment on Saturday with a pointed message to 7 management and viewers. "If I'd had the opportunity, one wouldn't have wanted to go this way. It's what happens when you get sacked," he said at the end of Queensland's 6 p.m. news bulletin. The previous night, a crowd of supporters turned out at Surfers Paradise as Burt did a live cross for the Gold Coast 5:30 p.m. bulletin. While Burt was giving his weekend weather outlook, fans held placards declaring, "Buddy's a legend, QLD's favorite weatherman," and "Bring back Buddy." Burt told Daily Mail Australia if 7 had conducted research which found he was not popular with Queensland audiences, the network should find new researchers. "I mean, these people are going to try and cover their backs," he said.